for joining me today. So we had an amazing session last week where we talked about fashion, your how to know your body type, what goes best with your body, and all that. And it was a very great session. And today we'll be having another powerful session where we're talking about hairstyling for the modern woman, how to care for your hair, what styling best works for your hair, how to care for your natural hair, and all that. And we have the amazing Joy Enenu. She's an entrepreneur. She works as a business development associate and research. And she's also very skilled in hairstyling. She knows how to style hair. She knows what best works for your hair. And today we'll be having her share with us. So we'll go further today by letting her take the stage. So Miss Joy, can we have you? Thank you very much. Hi Joy, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much, Dorcas. Thank you so
Thank
much, Miss Hamilton. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I'm really excited to share my experience with you all, and I'm also excited to be part of this community that you have. Thank you. So, real quick, I'll be sharing my screen on different slides. We're just basically going to talk about hair care and styling for modern women, right? Maintaining healthy and beautiful looks. Just confirm if you can see my screen.
It's still loading.
My screen is still loading. How about now?
Yeah, it's not up yet. It's coming up. Okay, yeah. We can see your screen.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, this is hairstyling for the modern woman, right? I just want to say this that we all know that our hair is not just about beauty, right? The hair we have is our identity. And the hair we have, it's all about the confidence, the courage, and it's also an expression of who we are sometimes, right? And the goal tonight is just very simple, is to help us just understand our hair, how to style it intentionally, and also how to maintain it without stress, right? Now, on this second slide, I mean, there's no pressure about perfection. If we understand all of these things, that you don't need to have a very perfect hair, right? It's not just about growth. Today is also about understanding your hair. So this will also be a very practical and real conversation, right? Now, for the second slide, I've had a class where I was able to, talk to people about their hair porosity, your hair structure, diameters, and, just understanding your hair type basically. So I will put it out there. It's not on this slide, but then if you want to know your hair porosity, right, you take a glass of water. So we have different hair porosity type. You have the low porosity, medium, and then the high porosity, right? So when you take a glass of water, you take out one strand of your hair and then you drop it inside that water. When you drop it inside that water, if your hair, that strand or those strands of hair, if it sinks inside that water, it tells you that you have a low porosity hair. That means your hair is dense. If it's in the middle of that water, then you have a medium porosity hair. So, but then if your hair floats in that cup of water or that water that you have, then that means you have a high porosity hair. We won't go deep down into porosity because that's not like the main aim why we're here. But then it will just give us a defining factor to understand, okay, this is the kind of style I should do if I have a high porosity hair, right? So if my hair is very lightweight, if it gets old on time, some of these things are the things that people always complain about. Why does my hair get very old on time? Those are the signs that, oh, you have a a high porosity hair. I mean, Or why is it that every time I want to make my hair, or I have a very strong hair, my hair is very thick. If even if I put, some people say even if I put relaxer on my hair used to still, used to feel very strong. And it doesn't feel like I even used any relaxer. So that's a sign, right, that you have low porosity hair. So the hair porosity space, right? There are a lot of things to learn about your hair porosity, right? So thing will help you, it will guide you into, choosing some of the styles that you need to do. So it helps you to choose, okay, if I need to do protective styles or if I need to do some other kind of styles, right? So that's just the background of that part. So here, styles matter. The geometry of your face, right? Most of the times play a very, very big and a major role in some of the hairstyles that we choose. Now, so as you can see here on this part, it shows for a round, shape of head, right, or face. It's always ideal. We're not saying, okay, you cannot do any other style of hair, but then if you notice, if you have like a round face, right, hairs that are focused on length or width is always, you notice that those type of hairstyles look really, really good on you. I know that some of us, you might have noticed it, but you might not really pay so much attention, right? So when you have a round face, right, longer styles, just avoid too much volume on the sides of your hair. Just make, sometimes you could actually make maybe center parts and then you allow those hairs to drop on your face, right, on both sides. You notice that there's this balance that it creates. So if you have like an oval shape of face, almost anything works, right? Any kind of style that you do actually work on that. So for a square shape, you need softer layer styles. So something wavy, something. It's also really cool to pack on, but then when you drew make styles that are softer and they have really nice layers, they're really really good. So for a heart shape, so balanced volume on the chin is always very ideal for that. So on this next slide, be real with your routine, right? The life sync. So for people with busy schedule where most times you don't really have that time to style your hair. Sometimes you just see people that say, I don't really have that time, I don't have that energy to style my hair, right? It's always cool to just go to like do maybe low maintenance styles, right? Styles like where you braid your hair, right? You do like simple cornrows and then you wear wigs. Those styles are actually low maintenance, hairstyles. Not like they are that great, but then they are very okay. You make sure that your hair is braided, right? So for a corporate look, you need you need neat polished styles, and then creative, more flexible. I just got a message. Okay, I'll do that. So I just want to put this out there before I, talk about this slide. Don't always choose styles because they are trendy, because we know that there are a lot of very trendy styles these days. There are a lot of styles that people do, and maybe someone else does it, someone maybe with the oval shape face, the geometry is oval, and then they do that style, and then someone else with the heart shape will do that same style. You realize that they don't really look the same, because why? We're different, right? Even though we're talking about modern women, you want to do things that are trendy, right? It's also very important to understand your face. It's also very important to understand what goes for you. So that's why most of the times, to be versatile with different styles is very important. For a start, you could try a lot of styles, right? And then trying those styles will help you pick the exact kind of style that will fit you. Sometimes I remember one of my friends used to always do sorry, I had a call. I remember one of my friends, there was a time she wanted to choose a particular color that she wanted to use for her hair. And then she tried like a gold color. It was just there. And then there was this time she now tried a wine color hair. And then she got a lot of compliments because of that hair. And then the compliments, yeah, and then she noticed that, oh, she really, really likes this style. It really looks very good on her. And then it became like her signature hairstyle. Notwithstanding that she won't try other style, she just decided, let she try this style. Not because it's trendy, but because, again, you know that your skin tone to have a level of contrasting with your hair color. That's also very, very important for us to know. So for natural hairstyles, embracing raw texture, twist out, afro, bantu knots is very important. I know I feel like a lot of people don't really do so much bantu anymore. People don't do a lot of like twist out, natural twist out anymore, maybe because they feel like it's falling out of trend. But then it's very, very important, especially when you have a natural hair. It is really, really important that you always twist your hair out. Don't leave it, don't just leave it like that. Even especially for we as Africans that have like C4 hair, you know that our hair is C4 and it shrinks really, really bad. It's really beautiful as well, but then it shrinks and then you don't want it to shrink and then become really painful. So it's really cool to do twist out. Or even if you're doing afro, you can actually use really good products, protective products, good conditioner, leave-in conditioner, I mean, to actually keep your hair very sleek. Need to do protective styles to guide your braids and your cornrows and your everyday sleek pon. Sometimes wrapping your hair as well is good, but not wrapping it too tight. When you wrap your hair too tight, most of the times you tend to struggle because it will affect your edges, right? So please, am I coming across well? I just want to be sure you were following.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
we are.
Okay. So someone is asking what hairstyle will I recommend? I'm coming, just give me a moment. Let me see that clearly. She's saying that what hairstyle will I recommend for persons who don't like going to salons regularly and sitting for long hours? I had to lock my hair because I don't like the stress of making hair and loosening it, and also cause my hair gets rough easily. Okay. So for people that don't really like to sit, and I guess maybe why you don't always like to um sit in the salon for too long is probably because you have like very full hair, right? And when your hair is really, really full, you get really tired of sitting down in the salon. So most of the times I would suggest that you always, make braids or make styles that will last long. So when I mean styles that will last long, things like micro twists. So you could sit down and just do it once and then allow it to you take that hair for a period of time. Your hair is thick and gets rough. Yeah, so it's obvious that you have a low porosity hair, and that's one of the challenge with people with low porosity hair. The truth is you cannot like change your hair. You can't change it. You can only just manage how to use it because you've understood that, oh, this is the type of hair I have. And for real, locks are very, very great. Like locks are really good hairstyles to do. They help your hair to grow. If you notice, I believe you have noticed this, that when you had your hair without when it was not locked, it did not grow. It was not growing much as now that you locked it, right? Now it's growing more because you don't have a lot of hair shredding out. The length is more longer. So locks are very beautiful to also have, right? Whether you have very thick hair, so most of the times just do natural styles. Those natural styles would just help, because when you want to do things like braids where you use synthetic attachments, right? And you have a natural hair, it will definitely come out. These are things that you cannot, change. You can just manage how to use your hair. You can just manage. Understanding your hair will help you manage how to use it. So yes, I don't know if that came across very well. Do you plan on loosening your dreads?
Yeah, I've thought about it before. I actually have
Mm.
cut my dreads off before, but when I attempted keeping my normal hair, I got frustrated and I went back to dreadlocks again. So that's just been my challenge. It's just that with dreads, you just have one look, and sometimes you want to have different looks. But so most of the time, I use wigs. If I want to have different looks, I use full wigs that I know can fit into my dreads. Now that is not very long.
This is like a lot of
So if I can find
challenges.
a solution,
Yeah.
sorry.
So I
So,
can hear
like,
you. I just
if I
network
can
for a bit.
find a solution to my hair problem, maybe I would take a break from dreads. But I've just been
I
considering
don't
more
think your hair has a
options.
problem. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it has a problem. For real, I don't think it does. I know it doesn't, you don't have a hair problem, right? It's just a lot of people are looking for to have like a very full hair, right? It just happened that you have a low porosity hair. And dreads is a really, really good thing to actually have. But then if you want to change styles, right? When you take down your dreads, you can, make styles like micro twists. You will sit for a period of time, right, to make the hair, but then these styles will last long. You can actually do this what do you call it, this crochet styles where the it looks like locks. You can lock it and then you take it out. You can braid, it's just that the braids won't last. So these are like the nature of natural hair. Natural hair naturally do not last for too long. But then if you want your hair to last for a period of time, even though I know that this is heat and to an extent it will break your hair, but then it will help for your hair to last for a while. So when you want to make your hair, you like stretch it, you blow dry it. Not really necessarily stretch, you blow dry it properly. So there are different ways to blow dry, even though these are heat, you apply heat on your hair, but then you need to use heat protectants, right? You apply it before blow drying. So yeah, okay. So for hair care routine, are you still seeing my screen?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about color strategy. So most of the times our skin tone matching tone undertones of harmony. We need to choose when we're choosing colors. It's very important that for ladies, we need to really, really choose wisely, especially when you want to choose a shade of color on your hair. It's not ideal as a modern woman, you're using pink color. I don't know where you want to take pink color hair too, but or maybe a green color. Like I mean, you dye your actual hair to be pink or you dye your actual hair to be green. I'm not saying people are not doing that, but if you want to be a modern woman or you work in corporate spaces or you want to go into spaces where people will not look at you and maybe, withdraw, you need to use really, really cool colors. Blonde colors are really nice colors. Wine colors are great. I mean, they're really, really lovely colors. Not like these colors are not other these other colors are not cool, but I would suggest you use these colors for maybe you're going for a fashion show or you're going for maybe a cultural maybe a festival, something, right? But then using this color of hair for to go to places like maybe a conference, to go to places like your church. It is okay. Maybe if it's not contrasting with your skin, but then too much of it for a modern lady, right? It's a no-no. It's not advisable to use such color because these things are also an expression of your personality, right? It will just make people have an impression of you from, from first meetings and from first converse, even without even conversing with you. When they see you pass, it just puts an impression in their minds already. So yeah, we should take that as also a very important thing. So from everything I've said, there is only one golden rule, right? Never forget these foundational truths that a dry hair will always break. Always, always break, and a moisturized hair will grow. So it's not even about the hairstyles. It's not even about how expensive the product is, right? There are a lot of people that use very too much expensive, not like too much, but there are people that use very expensive products, but then they don't see the impact because sometimes they use too much and then it causes build up on their hair. So just make sure that you don't leave your hair dry. Once your hair is dry, it will always break. It will break. That's why sometimes you see some people that don't really make their hair very often, but because your hair is always moisturized, with the leave-in conditioners, with anti-breakage, anti-strengthener, you see that your hair looks really, really, nice, and then it grows. Or sometimes they use their spray bottle and water to, like the most basic thing that you can do to keep your hair moisturized is have a spray bottle. You pour your water inside, your conditioner inside, and then maybe any oil that you need to use for your hair, any humectant product. Maybe for people with high porosity hair, you could use maybe heavy based oil, right? Maybe oils like avocado oil. You could use castor oil. So, but for people with low porosity hair like you that just said, right? You could use very light oil like the coconut oil. Not really light, but then those are oils that you can use for your hair with water. In between, you can just, open your scalp, spray your hair so that it doesn't feel dry. If your hair feels dry all the time, it will break. You feed your hair like you feed your skin. A lot of people pay so much attention. Sadly, people pay so much attention to their skin more than their hair. But then we should always try to create that balance because the pores on your head or the pores on your scalp is also growing out. So those hair that are coming out from your scalp, right, is coming out from your skin. So there's a scalp, and then the skin on your head needs to be protected, and it needs to also be fed. So we have like the daily routine. I already just said this, but it's on this slide. The daily polish, staying fresh between wash days, right? Refresh with a water and oil mix. Maintain edges gently. Don't overdo it. I mean, I've seen one Instagram video of someone trying to apply edge control, right? And then she used almost half the amount of the edge control and then applied it on the hair. And then it looked very, too heavy, and it just didn't look nice. So people were asking, is she going to like wash it off that day? Is she going to sleep with the edges? What was really going on? So, and some persons don't even like edge control at all. My sister don't like using edge control at all. But then sometimes it's really cool to use edge control, to just pack those parts. When you've made your hair and then it's like 2 weeks, or maybe when your dreads, you've not like locked it for a while, and then maybe the edges is a bit rough. You can use your edge control to, just gently brush, the edges to just make it look really nice. Like it's shown here, don't overdo it. And again, when you make your hair or when you braid your hair, right, in between, it's okay to redo the front sections of your hair when it is needed so that you can feel revived, because some persons want to keep their hair, want to carry their hair for a very long time. I don't advise people carrying their hair for a very long time if it's not maybe a protective style. But still, it doesn't even really matter. You can make a protective style, and that protective style will become the weapon that is fashioned against your hair because you carry it for too long. And carrying a protective hairstyle for too long is another problem. So it is very okay when you braid your hair. It's very okay to redo the front section. And also keep your scalp clean and let your scalp breathe. Allow your scalp to breathe. So in between, when you make braids or when you make your hair, and you're not chance. So for most of us that are like corporate women, you don't really always have that time. Like you just said now about not always wanting to sit for too long. So when you make your hair, you braid your hair, and you see that the hair is getting very old, right? You can, and then maybe sometimes it feels sweaty, or you've been sweating from like day-to-day activities, it feels clumped up. You can just, open your hair in lines, use your spirit and your cotton wool, open the lines and clean your scalp. Always try to make sure that your scalp is clean. Let your scalp breathe as well. So in as much as you're packing a lot of things and product on your hair, clean it in between. In like 2 weeks time, in 3 weeks, after 3 weeks time, and you know that you have braids on and you cannot take that braids to wash, clean your scalp so that it will be clean. Okay, so mastery, pitfalls, bath versus pro tips. Now, some of the styles that I would advise us to avoid is this: avoid tight styles, damaging edges. So if you're conversant with the porosity of your hair, or if you know your hair porosity, this, it will guide you well on knowing the type of styles that you need to avoid, and also knowing the type of styles that you should do. So one of the styles you should avoid is styles that will tight your edges, and damage your edges. For some persons, they have very tender front hair, very, very tender hairline, like really, really tender and very spacious. It's not even very lightweight. They don't even know, they can't even make a particular style for too long, because before you know, the edges is already falling off, right? So it's very important when you understand that you have a low porosity hair, be very careful. It's not even about people with low porosity hair. Generally, just avoid tight hairstyles, styles that will damage your edges. Once you notice it, oh, please don't tight my edges. That is even one of the reasons why knotless braid came about. That's why a lot of people now want to do knotless braid, because why? It is very protective. Those kind of braids are really, really protective. Consistency beats expensive product. I've spoken about this part. So you can just be using your regular, maybe your wash day routine, your regular shampoo, your regular deep conditioner, your regular leave-in conditioner, and then basically just these things, right? You may not do a lot of all these things where people use anti-breakage, anti-strengthener, anti-protective, and all of those things. But then if you're consistent, if you're always consistent with all of this process, it will go a long way. It will go a long way. What's the essence of buying very expensive products when you know that you won't use it for every time you want to wash? You won't use it for every time you want to care for your hair. Now, ignoring natural hair under wigs. I mean, this is for like the wig women. I know a lot of people like to wear wig, right? But the hair under that wig is very, very, very important. Your wig will look very good, very sleek, and very fine. I mean, what if your hair falls off? What if, I know it will not fall because you have like really, really good strap for your wig, but it's not even about whether your wig falls. It is just about the hygiene, right? Please don't ignore the weaves, I mean, those cornrows that you will weave under your wigs. They are very, very important that they stay healthy and long. So yeah, there's another narrative that a lot of people put out there about healthy hair and long hair. So I would choose a healthy hair over a long hair. A long hair bad, no. Long hair are really, really great. But then what's the essence of having a very long hair when it is not healthy, when it is lightweight, when it has lost its lusciousness? Your hair is not even nice at all. You braid or you make your hair, it is really bad. So it's very important that we focus so much, we focus more on the health of the hair. In weeks or in months, trim the hair. You can trim the tip of your hair. It is very okay to trim it. trim the tip of your hair. Nothing will happen if you won't go bald if you trim the tip of your hair. A lot of ladies always complain, oh, they are scared of trimming the tip of their hair. No, it is not bad to trim the tip of your hair. Your health of the health of your hair is also very important. Trim it to take out some of those dead ends so that the actual good hair will grow out. So overloading too much product, too many products, even a skincare specialist or a skincare esthetician can tell you that using too much product on your skin sometimes add little to nothing. It's the consistency that matters. I already spoke about that, right? Overloading too much product will cause build up. That's why you hear some people in between say, oh, I have dandruff. I have, because we know that there are a lot of things that cause dandruff on your hair. Sometimes sharing your hair tools will cause dandruff for you on your hair. Sometimes some people the hand they use in making your hair will cause dandruff. Sometimes dirty hair, and then overloading too much products, right? You leave that product for too long, you don't wash it out, they need to start having build-ups. Those build-ups with time, if you leave them, they will grow up to something else. Before you know, you start having a lot of other complications like dandruffs and other itching and hairs and scalp issues. Protective styles still require active maintenance. I already spoke about protective styles, right? So following trends blindly, I spoke about this already. It is very important that we don't follow all the trends. Are all the trends bad? No. But then understanding your hair, like I already said, will help you not to follow all the trends about hair blindly. Now, keep your routine radically simple. Let your routine be very simple. Don't make it complicated. Now, I just want to ask a few questions here. What is your biggest hair struggle? Okay, so yeah, sorry, I'm seeing a question here. Is knotless braid still protective when it's long and carried more than a month? Yes, it is. It is. Knotless braid is very protective. It's a very, very protective braid style. Even if you carry it for a month, it is very okay. So the thing is, a lot of us think that making protective hair will stop your hair from breaking. It's not true. Any hairstyle you do, have you never really noticed? Any style you do will definitely, your hair will always shred. But then the amount of hair that shreds is where you can, create that balance. You now know that, oh, when I make knotless braid, my hair doesn't shred as much. Like when I now maybe make hair like Ghana weaving, those ones where they will tight the scalp very well. So yes, a knotless braid is a very good and a very protective hairstyle to make. So now I just want to ask a question. I just want to hear from you people. What is your biggest hair struggle? There were some that we already have listed, but then what's your biggest hair struggle? And based on your face shape and routine, what style do you think will work best for you? I know some of us might feel like, oh, I don't think I know my face shape yet, but then we will definitely figure this out. But then the first question I'm putting out there is, what is your biggest hair struggle? What are those things that you think that there are a lot of struggle for you? Yes, I want to hear from you
Okay, I
guys.
think I'll go first.
All right.
My biggest hair struggle at the moment is my edges. I
Okay.
I've come to realize that a lot of times when I make hair, even when I make protective hairstyle, my front hair, my edges just pull off like that. I think the last hair I made, it was not less braids, right? I
Mm-hmm.
took the hair for a month plus. And I loosened the hair. I noticed that my hair pulled a lot, like my front hair really pulled off. And I
Yeah.
had to stay off from not less braid or anything that has to do with braiding. I had to go my
Great.
twist my
Mm-hmm.
natural hair. Yeah, I had to twist my natural
Yeah.
hair so that the edges will have time to breathe and grow. So I think for me, that's my current struggle. I really want to fix that because it's a big challenge.
Okay. All right. So about that, okay, I also have this kind of issues. I braid my hair twice, I think twice or three times in a whole year. Do I feel bad about it? Yes, but it is okay because I know that Those are the things that are good for my hair, because I already understand that I have high porosity hair, right? And I know that my hair will get frizzy, my hair will break easily, because why? It is very tender, it is lightweight. That's the nature of my hair. So what are the things that I need to do? I I stopped even applying hair relaxer for a long time. One of the major reasons why I even stopped applying hair relaxer on my hair was because of my edges. It will always go off. So, but now, like, it looks a lot better. It feels like I have edges now. So it's when you understand that these styles are not so good. So most times when I braid my hair, I notice that it falls off, but then I don't braid again. I just do protective styles, right? I just pack my hair, I make twists, or I just try to, do some of all these natural styles and just pack it so that it can protect my edges. With time, if you notice, if you've ever paid attention to your hair after it breaks, you notice that when you don't do anything that much to stress your hair, it will grow back, right? It
Yes,
will
yeah.
grow. Yeah, it will definitely grow back. So it's just you understanding that this is the kind of hair you have, right? Not like you can't change your hair porosity, but then you can, your lifestyle and some of the things that you do to your hair will actually help you stay on a very safe space. So yes. So how about the next one? Based on your face shape and maybe your routine. Let's start off with the first one. Based on your face shape and routine, what style do you think work best for you? Have you ever really thought of it? Have you ever thought of it like, what kind of style?
I think for me,
Mm,
I'm always used to making long braids, but recently I
yeah.
tried um making shorter braids, and it looked really
Mhm.
good on me. So I'm not
Really
sure
good.
which it
I
was. Yeah,
mean,
it was my first time
that's the
trying out
thing. It's a
that
lot of
way.
discovery.
Yes, I was
It
like,
is actually.
"This is me."
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
think I
is.
think Go works for me at for now. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Well, that's nice. Can I get someone else to also talk about their biggest hair struggle and also
Okay.
next? Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I would say my biggest hair struggle is what you talked about hydrating and moisturizing. So
Yeah.
for instance, like my dreads, I don't relock my hair every month.
Yeah.
Sometimes I could relock once in 2 months. But usually after I relock my hair in the salon, like that's all. I don't do anything to maintain the hair, like to
Yeah.
try to like be intentional about maintaining my hair. I just carry the hair, pack it. If I need to do anything, okay, maybe just cream the front and
Mhm.
just that's all. So I think maintaining my dreads, I've never really maintained my dreads. I don't
Change your
know
dreads.
how to maintain it. So I think that's my biggest hair struggle now.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so yeah, please. That means from now on,
Hmm.
you would take your spraying routine make it very intentional. Even if you don't spray every day, maybe twice in a week, you can just apply your everything. So for dreads, I will not recommend using a leave-in conditioner for your dreads, right? Because it has this loosening agents in it, so it doesn't end up making your dread getting maybe old or getting weak very quick, so that you don't always go to relock very often. So you can just use your water and any oil base, like the one you use, whether castor oil or any of the oil that you use. So I would suggest you do that very, very often. You always do that. It will help your hair, right? And so for the styling, styling it's born out from creativity. If you have it in you, it will be cool. But then if you don't have it in you, it's going to be a lot of struggle, right? It's going to be a lot of struggle. So, but then I would suggest that for every time you have the opportunity to go to the salon to style your hair, when you go and they style it for you, just maintain that style. Try to maintain that particular style till when next you want to go back again to maybe relock and maybe style. But then don't always forget spraying your hair in between. It just has to do with a lot of discipline and consistency. Yeah. Thanks. So how
Thank
about
you.
based on your, you're welcome. How about based on your face shape and routine? What style do you think? Because I know you're doing dreads now, so you don't have like so much,
It's
you'll be a
wig.
lot
Oh,
more.
if I want to have a different style, is wig
So
basically.
is it like puffy wigs? Like these very bohemian wigs, like the coily wigs or what?
I don't
Because you're
really
dressed,
I don't really have those. I think the wigs I have are
yeah.
flats. I have flats. How would I put it? Straight
Mm.
wigs.
Yeah,
Then I
straight
do,
wigs.
yes. Then I do a lot of braided wigs. But I want to try
Okay.
this one you just mentioned. My issue with
Yeah.
it is the weather. If the weather is too hot,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like anything touching
Your
me. So
body
really, I've never really thought about what styles will work best for me because
or
I
face.
look at
Mm-hmm.
comfort. I look at what will I be comfortable wearing.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's going to be inconveniencing for me, whether it suits me or not, I'm not
Or
interested.
not. True. I mean, this is another part. This is like a lot of same here. I'm also like that as well. I've been considering locking my hair for a while. I've been thinking about it over and over again. Even though in between, I feel like locking will not allow me try a lot of styles. But then I know this is like part of the struggle. But then it's still okay. So hopefully when you get to try different styles, you can now tell. But then I think dread would look if dread looks good on you, that's still very okay. There's no pressure, it's not about perfection, it is your comfort, like you said. So any other person or that's for now. So yes. Okay. Mm, okay, so the next slide. So healthy hair, this is the last part. Healthy hair is the foundation. Beauty follows naturally. I mean, what's the best way to say it? Healthy hair always. I've said it over and over again. I will pick a healthy hair over a long hair, over a great looking hair. Once my hair is very healthy, it is very okay. And once your hair is healthy, I think it is very okay. The health of your hair matters a lot. Looking great is good, right? But having a healthy hair is the real good thing. Once your hair is healthy, styling becomes easy. I mean, and confidence flow naturally. I mean, a lot of us can attest to that. When you have good, when you've made your hair, or maybe you just lock your hair, or when you know that your hair looks good, there's this confidence. It just comes naturally. It's not forced. You feel very confident in yourself. That's the power of having a good hair, looking good, dressing nice. All of these things are also part of them. But then when you have a really good hair on, clean wigs, clean braids, clean dreads, looking really sharp, it helps boosting your confidence. So okay, we're almost close. This is like 7:43. I don't know if there are any questions or any conversations we need to ask around this, but these are all I have for us this evening. Understanding your hair or maintaining your hair has a lot. There are a lot of things around it. It's just that we don't pay so much attention to our hair like we do to the skin, to maybe our other aesthetics, maybe to like bags and our shoes. But then our hair is very, very important as well. There are a lot of things we need to learn. Like I spoke about, know your hair porosity and texture. Some of us know we have C4 hair, but we don't even understand some of the things that we need to do in between. But then I believe that this is going to help with basic styling. Just understanding that you need to have a healthy hair is very important. I believe that it will help us go far. So yes, thank you so much. I don't know if there are any questions or anything I need to hear from anybody, but
Thank you so
yeah,
much, Joy.
thank
This
you.
was a very healthy session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I have a few questions
All
here.
right.
One of them is for you to recommend products, like the actual product that really work for from the washing of the hair to
So,
the styling and all that, the oil. What kind you think would be best for the hair?
okay. So, so shampoos from, I don't know if you know these products, Cantu. They are Cantu products that are
Yes,
really
yes, I know them.
great, right? Even Mega Growth, they are cool. I won't say they are great for washing your hair, right? They
Yeah.
have like good shampoo and all of these other products. They are okay, but then if you really like want to use like products that are really good. Cantu is a very nice product. So they have the shampoo, they have the conditioner, and then they have different other products down the
Okay.
line. And shea butters are very good. Shea butters are really great. Like I already said, if you understand the hair type, so for some persons, shea butter, a friend reached out to me and she was telling me that shea butter always gives her dandruff, right? It used to
Oh
give her
wow.
dandruff. And yeah, because I noticed that she had like a low porosity hair, very thick hair. So these are part of the things when you understand that, oh, your hair doesn't really like shea butter, you now move to say like a castor oil or
Okay.
maybe a coconut oil. Yeah, and then you just use it in small quantity. So but things like castor oil, shea butter, coconut oil, carrot oil is also a great oil for your hair. Almond oils, these oils are really nice for the hair. For shampoo, you can actually use any product of shampoo. I'm not, but then I'm just saying Cantu is a really great product. I've used Cantu for a period of time and I can attest to that. Other shampoos are good. And conditioner, even if you use, so you use, there are two type of conditioners. You use a deep conditioner, right? That deep conditioner is a conditioner that you wash off your hair after making, you wash it off. Then a leave-in conditioner is the one that after you've washed out your hair, you now apply and you leave it in the hair. So I think a lot of people don't really know the difference between a deep conditioner and the leave-in conditioner. So I thought I should put it out there. Leave-in conditioner and a deep conditioner. And then that's basically it. Just use these things and you're good to go.
Hey, thank you so much. I think I really needed to hear that part where the deep conditioning is for
Yeah.
washing of the hair and leaving is to leave in the
Yeah.
hair. Because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I
A
knew
lot of people
that
don't know.
exactly. I didn't really think, oh, the
Yeah.
other one is deeper, the other one is just to stay in the hair. So thank you very much for
Oh,
that. And then another
welcome.
question here, yeah, thank you. It's about the edges now. I know I had mentioned that before,
Yeah.
but how do we protect the edges?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you try protective hairstyles and you still find out that your hair is breaking.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you go about that? Because over time I've seen people that try not to hold their front hair tightly, myself as well. But at the end of the day, you
Mm-hmm.
try losing hair and a part of the edges is gone. So how do we handle
Is
that?
gone. I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to put this out. I don't know if maybe when you braid, when the people braid knotless braid, some people use extension to start the knotless braid. I don't know if you've paid attention to when they braid your hair,
Yes, yes, yes.
because
Some
that's
just start
also
that.
that's a major cause. Like that's another cause why it used to break. They will use the extension to start a knotless braid, which is not supposed to be so. I know that using that extension is to make the hair look neat so that it will last. But using extension to start a knotless braid is no longer knotless anymore, right? Because you're using extension to start the braid. So those are part of some of the things too that will cause, most likely will cause your edges to break out, right? And again, if you want to maybe make those protective hairstyle, if you want to make knotless braid, so if you can tell your stylist to make it brush, like to make it in a brush form. So the first line that they cut in front, right, instead of doing the normal box, they should cut the line in front and then cut it in box shape. So after cutting it, before they, pick out that first portion of hair to braid, they should leave a brush like thing in front, before making the braids. So those are the two things I would say. I don't know how your stylist braid your knotless braid, but most of the time is always because they start the hair with an extension, and it's not supposed to be so. So, but then regardless, if you've done all of these things, you braided your hair without extension, right? And you also made brush, and then your edge is still ended up disappointing you, because we know that sometimes hair don't used to ever hear word. So what you need to do is, yeah, this is the truth. Actually, I face these things as well. That was one of the reasons that made me say, I know, I think I need to understand my type of hair, right? Because these are part of the things that made me realize that I want to know my hair better. I want to also understand what hair is all about. It's not just about making. So when I realized some of these things, I would just stop making hair. I will stop making some of all these styles, and I'll allow the hair to breathe so that it will grow. When it grows, then I would make another hairstyle. So yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you so much for
You're
this session.
welcome.
Really appreciate, because I've
Thank
been
you.
considering leaving braiding my hair for a while. Focus on maybe just do the normal
Mm-hmm,
all back, get wigs, protect my hair for now.
mm-hmm,
Just maybe continue
mm-hmm.
later. Yeah, because I'm tired of losing my front
Yeah,
hair. So thank you so much for today. Thank you so much.
you're
Um,
welcome. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you. Do
fine.
we have further questions? Anybody want to ask a question? Hi, Dr. Ime. Are you still with us? Do you have a question for our guest?
No, I don't have a question. I've asked my question earlier.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you
she
very
did.
much. Thank you
Thank
very much.
you.
Right. So I think
Thank
the goal
you
for today's
so
class
much.
was really achieved. We went ahead of it. You mentioned that
Mm-hmm.
the goal is to understand our hair better and know how to
Yeah,
and maintain it without,
yes.
and everything today you said just tells us, okay, you don't have to do too much, just do this, it's going to work.
Mm-hmm,
Just don't follow trendy hairstyles because it might not work for you, it might end up giving you more problems than it should.
mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for this session today. I really hope that we get to connect more and invite you for further classes or sessions rather. So thank you so much, Joe. You are an amazing teacher. You are a great teacher.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you so much. I
much.
really
Yeah, I
had a good time
totally
as
agree
well.
at that statement. It's very true. Very great.
I really enjoyed my time here as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you
I mean,
so
Thank
I
much.
was
you.
feeling really down, but now just, talking about all of this just makes me feel really light. And I'm really
Oh,
happy to be here as well. Thank you so much,
Thank
Dorcas.
you.
thank
Thank you so much,
you.
Doctor.
So I would like to ask again, is it okay if we send further questions to your DM? Because I believe that other people
Yeah,
who watch would definitely have questions.
yes, that's very fine. It's okay.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Joy. I hope that you feel
Thank
better
you.
now and always. Thank you so much.
I do. All
All right.
right. Thank you
Great
so
having
much.
you. Thank you. Come to the end of the class for today. And we hope to see you next week as well. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Joy, once again. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you.
you.